Blessings, family. Sister Ajali. Oh, my goodness gracious. I just love that national anthem that Jill Scott sang. Finally, somebody figured out what those lyrics really are. Now, in saying that, I'm not just here to applaud Sister Jill Scott, who it's just such a joy to be able to call her a sister, because she is as sane a celebrity as we have a chance to find. And it's not that I don't always celebrate Jill. Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't. I was disappointed that in my conclusion, she allowed the people managing and helping her around her to dissolve her marriage to, I don't remember what her ex-husband was, and I don't know, there could have been other mitigating factors, but she divorced what looked like a really good black man, and she has a child. I don't know if the child was through him, but the child is fully black. I also think that's beautiful when you have a fully black child. We're at such a resulted end of being mentally destroyed by the devil himself, that all of us are struggling with different levels of dysfunction. So I'm not upset that within that dysfunction, Jill Scott managed to have a fully black child. And every now and then, she's got her own natural hair up on in there. So I salute that. I was very disappointed when she did the concert, and she could tip over on the way to sexualize side, and that's not beneficial. I myself, because I grew up in hell like everybody else, used to dress much more provocatively. And it was when I realized that I'm a contributor to the stability of our nation, even as an individual. I'm not talking about like there's something special about me. I'm just saying is that you want to encourage our brothers to think of protection and not, assault when they consider or ponder womanhood, especially their women, us black women. And so when you do these things that just pivot to the lowest factor of a man's consciousness, you're not helping him to connect to his greater role in society as the leader, as a champion of civilization. Civilization is capable of perpetuating itself generation after generation. That means everybody feels a pronounced measure of safety enough that they then employ their talents, their skills, their humanity to make a better future. So, yeah, I know that was all, did Jill Scott destroy all of that with holding the microphone a little too ridiculously? No, but all of that adds to what we now can identify as an insane society. You have to celebrate. If you're a celebrity, especially, and you get millions of people paying attention to you, you have to celebrate sanity. And because if you're going to notice our people are enslaved here in the unentitled snakes of America, then you want to do everything needed to free us. That's why I just keep working diligently despite any kind of discouragement that happens, because I'm done. I'm done enough to wear respectable clothing. I'm not saying Sister Jill is doing that. I'm just pointing out this is a war. It requires a more exacting standard in order to be victorious. And even when the war is over, we need the Most High. And he knows how to not start up a whole new fresh hell. And so we need to bow down. And that's the greatest safety for all of us. And so Sister Jill is on point. We are slaves, brainwashed by so much propaganda. It is perpetuating our enslavement, so we go along with it. What I describe it as, we are a prisoner of war nation who we are used to perpetrate their devilish narrative to the entire planet, including to their own white people who are being killed by man-made radiation as surely as anybody else. I don't wish the slaughter of white people, but their own wish it, because in order to kill us, they are following Gunnar Myrdal's suggestion that they, do something to kill black us that won't make the white people feel so guilty. That's man-made radiation. So the utilization of black us in order to get common white people agreeing to go along with the evil doing of their nation, and they also many of them enjoy the evil doing. Let's just put it straight, okay? I'm not saying there aren't those out there who want to do the right thing, but white people, they get on code. They cannot stand the idea of a free and independently sovereign black you and me. So for Jill Scott to have sung those lyrics the way she did, how am I not going to be happy about that, even though it's at what is owned not by black people anymore and has always been against black people, Essence magazine? I'm always going to look and give any famous person who gets up there and speaks on our behalf a wide berth. Even I don't want to give Jill a side eye, but I'm going to give you a wide berth because later on you might come out and support wokery. I'm just saying that's what they do in terms of these, because they don't let anybody up in there unless they're going to bow down somehow or another. I hope when it comes to Jill, she's being genuine. Because these lyrics, oh my goodness, where were they? Where is she saying? Oh, say, can you see by the blood in the streets that this place don't smile on you, colored child? And then, this is not the land of the free, but the home of the slaves. I mean, that's powerful. At a time when all the celebrities, I'm going to keep her in the term celebrity, just like I did with Simone Biles, because she married Jonathan Owens, obvious black man, even though don't be too soft, Jonathan, okay? Man it up a bit, because that's what we need. We need healing masculinity. Now, that said, I'm going to always wonder at the end of it if you're going to do a transformation, because right now, all famous black people, all famous people, period, are a bunch of cowards. And they'll just specifically let certain white people look like they're against the whole wokery agenda. But all of black us, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say biological female. Right? So I salute. Oh my goodness, do I salute Jill on sharing what she shared. I mean, what she sang, and Jill could sing, okay? Because when she sang Home of the Slaves, oh my goodness, it's so true. That's something I could thoroughly relate to, because once again, and unfortunately, this comment didn't get, I didn't have the copy of it, and they got rid of it. So they're very sneaky. I'm going to have to keep the original. I have to keep 3 comment pages, okay, so that I can hold on to it, because they waited a while. Because I broadcasted what I put on Brother True Seeker 24's comment, and they took that away because I was saying these agents, these operatives, y'all look stupid. You should be embarrassed to be fronting for the devil. You may have thought, because you've been beguiled into materialism and hedonism, that, you're going to get to, hell's going to be one big old ravenous, no limitations party. No, it's the nothingness. It's science. It's pure science, antimatter. The devil is nothing. That's literal. And you guys look stupid as hell. The whole jabberoonie-deenie thing was a joke. And so there's folks up here who are pretending to be pro-black, who are peddling that jabberoonie-deenie thingy, would never mention Fukushima ever, ever, ever. They were kind of nice to me. But they never did any investigation. And for me, you may know I was telling the truth, but for you to be weak enough not to do any investigation, but you do all this, like, exposés of this and that, and you work overtime to do that. Exposing like a Cynthia G. How easy is that? Right? But you do no investigation over man-made radiation? And then you go and peddle jabberoonie-deenie nonsense? I'm like, whoa, what, huh? Okay. So, long ago, I realized when I started doing these shares, I could never say the term white supremacy because there's no such thing. It's not supreme to destroy the only planet any of us have. And so it's whiteism. And it fits. It's smoke and mirrors propaganda nonstop so that the whole world believes white people are the be-all and end-all when they're not even really white. They're pink. They're pink. If they were to, practice pinkism, then that would be realistically admitting their wrongdoings, accepting the truth, and then just getting on with life, with existence. I know for them, that is just impossible. Even for the ones who are nice. They cannot handle the truth. Right? And so I just want to prove that Jill Scott is right. This is a current thing, not a historical thing. Because let's take a look at this graph. Percentage of low birth weight babies by race and ethnicity. This is 2019, but don't worry, it gets bigger. The discrepancy increases year after year after year. This is current. This is today, right? Excuse me for screaming, but I get mad when they endanger our babies. Forgive me, all right? Whew. I want you to notice the difference right here between our black babies and all the other babies. How is it we were abducted into slavery? It was an abduction, a mass abduction. It wasn't enslavement because we never agreed with it. Now they got us so brainwashed, we're agreeing with it, okay? But I'm just saying, how is it we were so strong? We remain so strong. You see us in every single athletic sport there is, right? Case closed. And yet, year after year, our babies have the highest rate of low birth weight and death of all other ethnicities in the United States of America. With the selective, documented targeting of man-made radiation directly to the black community. All of us, all these nationalities, they all eat the same poisons we do that are generally highlighted. But the evidence, the proof that they do a beeline for us with radiation. Radiation causes low birth weight rates. So here I am talking about a genocide, a current genocide. That's a serious allegation. That's something that should be brought before the UN. But it's not. They got us talking about bull crap. And they got this whole friggin' social media platform rigged so that you don't hear the facts. Matter of fact, they got us so distracted, you're scared of the facts. Scared to share them. Scared to support your real soldiers. So I love the term whiteism. Thank you, beloved concerned citizen. I don't know what they're doing up here with this, I don't know why they don't put the name that people write in their own accounts, but they got these back end ways of controlling populations. It's just pitiful. So I put a whole comment here, and let me go on over to the other comments page where I was like, they took my response. Oh my God, I can't believe it. And all I was talking about was why whiteism is the appropriate term. Because everything they're doing is just a fantasy. It's a delusion. It's not based on reality. It's not based on facts. Otherwise, white people would be out there talking about Fukushima if they feel more comfortable being called white. That's why I'm like, mostly I call them white, because pink isn't an insult. It's actually a compliment because it acknowledges the little bit of melanin they got. And oh, how I love melanin. Right? I don't love them, but I'm just saying. So that's what is proof that Jill Scott is right, along with the long lineup of brothers and sisters who, first off, wouldn't even bother coming up on social media because they know it's a racket, it's rigged. And then the ones who just had put in that work, and your presence is completely hidden from existence. I thank you, family, for sharing my warning and my channel's existence, because I attribute any success I've had to you getting that word out with me. Right? But we know this is something current when our babies are being born weaker and weaker. That's what low birth weight inevitably brings in, is a weakness in the genetic code to express itself fully. That's far more disastrous than whether or not my comments get shadow banned. But me putting that clarion call out, how the hell can you be respectable and authority and you are committing genocide? You're not. That's why they're losing. They're just losing. When you kill oceans, you lose. So family, there should be no hesitation in supporting our soldiers. I support Jill Scott. I mean, oh my goodness. I don't think I have every album she put out, because she put out a couple of them which were just like way too sexualized for me, and I'm just not interested in. I'm a grown up, and that's my business. I don't need to hear about what you're doing in your bedroom. But I just want to share. There's an online marketplace for companies supporting conservative values to go public. I'm not a conservative. I'm a black us-ist, okay? I don't know if don't quote that one, all right? But I'm just saying, I'm for us, perpetuating who we are. I know the conservatives, they still feel the same Guna Myrdal genocidal intentions towards us as they always have. Otherwise, they'd be warning their own white people about man-made radiation. But they're not. They're playing games all over the place, all right? But they got this. So these are these companies that we just kind of magically have a loyalty to, so that we buy this stuff. And I'm just like, these companies don't like you. They don't like me. They don't like none of us. They don't like our children, nothing. Because otherwise, they would not be working tirelessly on our destruction. Who do you think these hella weird movies, which either portray us as perverted or in an interracial relationship, who you think these movies are produced by, get their money from? They ain't getting it from us. They're getting it from their rich lot. So go to 25000yearcycle.org and get your heel on, because those with the full knowledge have the full healing you need. We all need. All right? All right. Straight black family pride, and we own everything. Past, present, future is ours. Peace and blessings.